Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I start my questioning, Mr. Loris, could you take 30 seconds and comment on the past politics and the loan program?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you look at what companies and what the DOE does, this isn't objectively deciding among companies. This is picking winners and losers. It's exactly what the program does. And to pad the stats, to give loans to companies that, again, have these huge multi-billion-dollar market capitalizations, it's absolutely playing favoritism and making this program look better than it is and look necessary when it's simply not.
Okay, I thank you. Mr. McCall, the IG investigated and issued a report last August regarding the much taught and heard about Solyndra loan guarantee. The IG found that the Department of Energy officials repeatedly failed to verify claims made about performance and sales provided by Solyndra executives. Did the IG make any recommendations in their report to you?
Thank you for your question, Chairman Loudermilk. And of course, we have taken on board the report of the Inspector General. And I would note that the Inspector General also noted in that report that the actions of the Solyndra officials were at the heart of the matter, and they effectively undermined the department's efforts to manage the loan guarantee process. And they also stated that the actions of certain Solyndra officials were at best reckless and irresponsible, or at worst an orchestrated effort to knowingly and intentionally deceive and mislead the department. Having said that, we are aware of the Inspector General's comments on some of the things that the department could have done better nonetheless, and we have tried very diligently to improve our processes, and I think you can see that in the later performance of the deals that came out.
Well, I understand Solyndra is a bad player, and I don't think they're the only ones out there. So we're going to be dealing with others, but did the IG make any recommendations to you on how to fix this process, and have you implemented any of those?
So the IG, in that particular report, I do not believe they made recommendations in that report, although they have made recommendations to us in the past that we have taken on board, and we have done many things to try to improve our processes and procedures. And I come from the private sector, and I want to give you some assurance that I've actually been very impressed with what I've seen coming in. I started about 7 months ago, and so quite a long time after the events that we're referring to have transpired. And I'm now in the position to lead the program sort of now in its current state. And what I can tell you is that the staff is very professional, very capable, very talented and hardworking, and has a lot of experience, including private sector experience, in terms of how to structure these deals and how to diligence them and how to monitor them.
Are you working to make this program more transparent, more cooperative with Congress?
Absolutely. Yes, we have.
And the IG's findings, of course, with Solyndra, as you have even brought out in your statement, they're very troubling to me and this committee. And but what's more troubling is this committee wrote the Department of Energy asking for documents regarding the IG's findings, and this was in September of last year of 2015. Are you aware of the productions made by DOE in response to the committee's request? What was provided to this committee?
I believe we responded to that letter, Mr. Chairman, but I'm not specifically aware of the details.
Okay, so you weren't aware that you provided zero the communications that we requested? None.
Well, we responded to the letter, so we responded to the inquiries in that letter. And if there's anything that was that you feel that we still need to follow up with, we'd be happy to.
Well, you didn't provide any of the documents that we asked for, and that's completely inadequate. Would you commit to this committee today that you will provide all the communications we requested in that September 4th, 2015 letter?
I will certainly go back with my staff and look at that request, and we will continue to be responsive to the committee.
But you're not willing to commit to give us what we asked for?
Well, we will review the request and see what is responsive to.
Does Congress have an oversight authority over agencies?
Absolutely. And
is it not the right of the American people to know what's being done with their taxpayer dollars?
we certainly recognize and appreciate the role of the committee in terms of oversight and in terms of ensuring accountability to the American taxpayer. So,
But yet you're
no
not
question.
willing to commit to get us the communications that we asked for out of our authority of having oversight and investigatory authority. The Constitution gives us body on behalf of the American people. You're not willing to commit to us that you will get us precisely what we're asking for.
I am willing to commit to continuing to be responsive to the committee and its
Okay,
requests.
I think we got our answer. Can I get another minute, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Call, the committee wrote Department of Energy again in December of 2015 regarding Abengoa Solar and the $1.45 billion taxpayer-funded loan guarantee your office provided in 2010. Are you aware of that letter?
Yes, I am.
Are you aware that the Department of Energy has provided the committee 0 requested communications regarding that?
My impression was that we had actually made 2 productions to the committee since the time of that letter that have been responsive to the committee.
You did provide two productions, but none of the communications that we asked for. Again, will you commit to get that to the committee?
I will commit to continuing to be responsive to the committee.
Is there a reason why we're not getting the data we're asking for?
Will the gentleman yield for a question? What does the gentleman mean by communications and data? I'm confused at this point.
Emails.
Right.
Emails seem to be a very popular thing these days.
Well, let's hang on. The gentleman didn't yield just yet. Hang on.
Okay, I will yield to his question. I'll yield to my answer immediately. We're talking about emails, which it has been brought up again, but I'll reclaim my time, Mr. Chairman. The Abengoa Solar troubles were a shock to me and, of course, many of my colleagues on this committee. The Loan Program Office, which you are head of, maintains a risk list, does it not?
So we, thank you for your question, Chairman Loudermilk, and we have all of the monitoring tools that you would expect a program of ours in order to monitor each one of our projects.
Can you briefly explain this risk list or this monitoring tool?
Well, so the Allison report recommended that we create certain ways to early warning, if you will, reports or mechanisms so that we could track emerging risks in the portfolio. And so we do that through a number of tools, and we continue to monitor each one of our transactions in a very diligent and prudent manner. And we have, for instance, we have site visits to each one of the projects while they're under construction, and we do we devote quite a bit of effort to monitoring the portfolio for risk.
And again, this risk list is one of the things this committee has asked for, but yet has not been provided. So I know I'm running. I appreciate the chairman's giving me a little additional time. I do have more questions, but Mr. Chairman, I think we know what the answer will be, so I yield back.